Oh, I don't even want to do this live tonight. I don't even want to, but I'm gonna do it. Like, I went off without cell service for a little over 24 hours, and I come back to a completely different environment across the globe. Not just it's really across our nation right now, small, but we've been in this global whatever it is, and now in America, across the nation, even to where right here in Denver, I have people texting me that live in downtown Denver that I know, and they're freaking out. This this is the best I can describe what's happening. In history, there is moments where there is silence. Every history, every religion, every ancient writing, there are times in human history where there is silence. And I've often wondered what was going on in the silence. I was raised in like the biblical Christian belief. So even in the Bible, between the Old and the New Testament, there is 400 years. And if you sit and try to fathom 400 years, think about it this way: 150 years ago, we were all walking on horseback. And today, we can mass people across the globe into protest that then brings modern day war to the streets of America. This a big protest that is supposedly only going to get bigger and bigger. They released the National Guard today in Colorado, across the globe, Minnesota, whatever, our little nation. This is a nation. We're actually, there's some funny points to this, by the way. Count how many times anybody even says, do you think these protests may spread COVID-19? It's not going to happen. This is slowly taking back over the news cycle so that we can cycle out of the COVID-19 news cycle. Interesting enough, how we can be puppeted to stay home and told to stay home. All of a sudden, a crisis arises and the nation comes together in the streets with madness. Can I just go fishing for 24 hours and the world not come to an end with another worldwide crisis? Is it possible to to leave for 24 hours and not come back and there be some kind of nationwide, worldwide problem that I got to talk about? Can we just go back to talking about like the simple stuff like murder and mystery? Suzanne Morphew's just going to disappear into the vanishes because of COVID-19, because of the riots across America. A woman went missing on Mother's Day and nobody has any answers, by the way. Well, we all got speculation. We all got speculation. I'll get back to the world ending for those that you that showed up for some world ending talk. I like that 400 years of silence. I like that 400 years. Often I think about the 400 years between the Old Testament and the New Testament and what happened in that 400 years of silence. Myths and legends and history will be told in 100 different ways by the victors. We actually never know what really took place back then because it was all written by the victors, and the victors always slid some stuff in, right? You always slide in a good story if you're writing it for history's sake. If first of all, if you want to know my opinion on what took place in that video, a murder took place. This is the bottom line. There is no job on the face of the planet that gives you the ability to crush a man's skull into the asphalt with other men. That was murder. And officers murder people every day. Wake up, America. Back to that 400. You don't think the Roman guards just murdered people in the streets back in the day? Back in the day. I'm not talking about now. This is the same damn history, people. It's the same. We're doing the same thing we've always done. We literally are doing the same thing that we've always done in history. Society has repeated itself yet once again, and we find ourselves on a cusp. We find ourselves in a different position today. We find ourselves in a different position than we were in when the Nazis tried to take over. We find ourselves in a different position when the Romans tried to take over. We find ourselves in a different position when China tried to do it. Listen, we find ourselves in a different position because we can mobilize and can talk to people across airwaves with actual truth. We don't have to always feed in to mainstream media. God, I love how mainstream media can one day be worried about the world's safety, and then the next they love to show the violence in the streets. People eat it up. They eat it up. It is the evil within all of us to grasp the power, whatever that power is in our own life. Whatever that position is, whatever feeds you, whatever gives you whatever gives you a self-worth. Why are you even here as a person? Like, why are you here as a person on the face of the planet? Are you here just to breathe, eat, shit, and die? Is that it? Is that all you're good for? Because when you gather masses of people, all of a sudden you can change history. But you want to be on the winning side, right? Because they're the ones who are going to write history in the first place. Dude, this world is jacked. I'm so glad that I caught more fish than I can tell you about. I'm so glad that I didn't have cell service. My phone was dead. My wife thought I was dead. They had to hunt. They said they sent out a hunting party today for me. I'm telling you, I disappeared on a lake for 2 days in the mountain. I disappeared on two lakes in the mountains of Colorado for 2 days nearly. I come back and the world is burning up just up the street from me. Now, when I say just up the street from me, I mean just up an hour north of me in Denver. Shit went crazy. It's probably still going crazy. National Guard called in 8 o'clock curfew. My buddies in downtown. I got a lot of friends that live in downtown Denver. That's my prostitution grounds, right? This is where I prostitute myself to. This is why I can live in the beautiful mountains of Colorado and just kind of prostitute down the mountain. It's an hour and a half from me. Many of you have been on trips to various places in Denver with me as I prostituted. I'm telling you, I got friends in downtown Denver, and I'm like, damn, the shit. It's happening in Denver. It's happening all over the country. It's not pretend, right? But this isn't new. None of this is new. I can point you to the ancient writings in the Bible where people rioted, where people burned shit. I can point you to places where whole societies broke free of the chains of slavery, right? This has happened before. You don't even have to go back. You don't even have to go back to the ancient writings. You can actually just look at modern day. It's not pretty, guys. The way that we do this in history, there is not one time that this is pretty. It is never pretty. It is never silent. It is never laying on railroad tracks trying to stop trains because trains run your ass over. The best I can describe this is you are trying to shove a tanker. Fitting, I've been on a boat for 2 days. You can't turn a boat on a dime unless you have a bass boat. Anybody want to donate a bass boat to Dad with a Phone? I will gladly take it. I will I'll put your name all over it. Jeez, I seen this bass boat do some pretty stuff. I had a little bit of boat envy. But if you try to turn a boat on a dime, it doesn't work. If you try to turn a tanker, a ship, a full-fledged boat that's going in one direction, it's got thrust, you try to turn that on a dime, it never happens. You got to shove that thing. You got to break something. You got to give some extra power to the motor. You want to try to take over a tanker that's already going in one direction, that's steamrolling. The only way that happens is not pretty. It's not pretty. It really isn't. Because this frustration in the streets, is not just about a single video. It really isn't. It's about a lot of things. It's about a lot of things. And there are puppet masters. And when y'all think I'm talking about government conspirators, I'm going way deeper than no government conspiracy to cause riots. I'm going way deeper than government conspiracies than to cause viruses or fake viruses or pandemics. This goes back forever, folks. This goes back forever. Like forever and ever. There is good and evil in the world. If you deny that, then you can go live in your little hut and you can just pretend like there isn't good and evil in the world. But there is good and evil in the world at work. This is the game, folks. This is how it works. This is why you're here. This is why you're here. It's not going to be pretty. Right now, evil, it's like 400 years of silence. Evil's looking pretty sharp right now. Got the people running in fear, hiding in their homes, covering up. Now we got them pissed. One of the soldiers got out of line, crushed a man's head. Send the world on fire. Oh, let it play. Let these people destroy themselves. Don't get caught up in it. You could definitely get caught up online fighting. Man, if I wanted to fight online, I got whole damn hater pages set up about me. If I wanted to fight online, I could fight 24 hours a day, slaughtering folks. I could be cutting people's necks on social media. And I mean that figuratively speaking for all you haters out there, not literally. We have a little social media. I don't got the time for it. But you keep up at what you're doing, please. Please keep up with what you're doing. Let's tear each other apart, whether it be in the streets, on social media, mask or no mask, virus or no virus. Y'all just remember shit. I was fishing today. You know what the biggest argument on the lake was? Because there was a lot of us in boats. We were all fishing the same hole on this beautiful place. There was probably 30 boats. I ain't even lying. The biggest argument was who's catching the most fish. What are they using? Damn. You know what's fun when you roll in into the middle of a bunch of fly fishermen and you throw a bass bait and you land like a 22-inch rainbow trout right in front of them all, and then you just roll out. That's so fun. Anyway, back to this terrible world we live in. Back to this terrible world. The puppet master is at work, man. Lies, death, destruction, seek and destroy. The puppet master seems to be winning. If it ain't a virus one day, it's a killer cop the next. If it ain't a killer cop, shit, we'll find something else to argue about and riot about. You know what's funny is when people are explaining the riots and the protests that are going on, even here in Denver, they did this. And it took me back. I was living in Los Angeles. I was actually living in Altadena, California. I was living in Altadena, right outside of Los Angeles, when the Lakers like won, like they like won the whatever. I don't even watch basketball. All I remember is I drove past. I was driving a semi truck that turned into a stage past the Staples Center, and they were burning Tahoes. That's what I remember. People will riot when their favorite sports team wins. And that was explained here. When the Avalanche won up in Denver, they rioted in the streets. I saw like 30 people in Denver, 40 people. I'm just kidding. There was a lot of people in Denver. But when the cops came out just tear gassing and pow. It's a riot. But then somebody put up a picture, and it was a picture of 1968, 2015, 2020. Same damn story. Again, no original news, by the way, folks. Leaks out. Every news story you see has already happened. It's already happened. Riots in the street, virus in the air, hornets. What else? What else you gonna throw at us, 2020? Cock locked and ready to roll. See, it's there's a large group of people that haven't gone back to work. Throw your hands up in the air in chat if you are still on lockdown or stay at home, or your work hasn't gone back into effect. Like anybody who's in the hotel business, boom, you're not working yet. Big hotels. Anybody who's in the concert business, video, movie business, ain't nobody making movies right now. Them actors ain't showing up on the set. California's been locked down. So like there are a lot of people that are out of work still to this very day. A lot of different businesses still can't work because they don't have enough. You can't have people in the building. You can't have that many people in the building. Teachers, all the damn teachers are out of work. They're probably making them do some cleaning or something. But like the whole world is, our nation is like open. I mean, not open yet, right? We're not even open yet. And they're already rioting in the streets about a kid, a guy getting killed by a cop. Cops kill people every day, folks. Every day. Soldiers, as far back as the Romans slaughtered people in the streets, right? I mean, sheriffs used to shoot people dead or alive. So, I mean, cops kill people. This is what they do. If you're a cop, you're not a very good person. This is why I probably shouldn't do this live. People who think one man has the right to, anyone who thinks another man has the right to put his knee on an unarmed, handcuffed man and crush his head into the asphalt or his neck, whatever. Anybody who thinks that's cool, you're there. You have a switch off in your humanity meter. And when, if, how, on the other side, I hope evil gets you. Is it okay to burn buildings? No. Is it okay to loot? No. Please. Half these people don't have jobs. They don't. Half the world's out of a job right now. And if you do have a job, you might not have a job in 6 months. You might not have a job in a week. You might not have a job in 2 weeks, right? Half the world's out of a job in our nation. You don't think they're going to show up? It ain't going to get pretty. I'm going to have to go fishing more. I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to come back and Denver's going to be burnt. That's what's going to happen. They're just going to burn Denver down. That's not a bad idea for Colorado, actually. Yeah. Denver's like blue. The rest of Colorado is red. Does that make any sense to any of you red and blue people out there? Oh, man. I should just go fishing more. My family's camping right now. I should be with my family camp. They're camping with somebody. I should be with my family camping right now. That's how crazy. I was tired. I was out of gas, and my son was still at the house. My daughters are camping. They're having a mother-daughter camp out. It's good for them. They'll have a great time. They're with some other people. Calm down, folks. I camped last night. This is a beautiful world we live in. It's a beautiful world. It's going to be crazy, folks. COVID-19 shuts the world down. Justice for Floyd opens the streets for madness. Oh. Is D-Wop taking calls? Where's my phone at? I don't even know. I can take a phone call or two. Nope. D-Wop is not open for business. It's going to voicemail, kids. My phone's dead, so no, I'm not taking phone calls. Oh, the world, the puppet master is at work, people. He's sitting back. Let them kill, steal, and destroy themselves. Ah, very much at rain. We've been fighting so long about shit, we don't even know what we're fighting for. I don't even know who said that, but that's such a good quote. Every day it's something new, but today, like never before. See, history tells you people been at odds with their government since the Romans, folks. Since the times of the kings, right? We've been at odds, and the only people who have kept the people between the king and the people, the only people who keep the king safe are the guards. The guards have been killing folks forever. They are not good. Now, every once in a while, a good man sneaks into the guard duty. We've all met him. We all know him. You want to you want to yell at me right now. I know this cop, he's such a good man. Yes. Sometimes good men sneak into guard duty. Sometimes. But there's a lot of bad guards. There always have been. From the days of Romans. The Romans. I can tell you about 2 guard stories. One guard story, he was asking a guy he shouldn't have been asking for help. A guy they were about to arrest and crucify. He asked him for help. He said, "Man, my family is sick." That's a good man just looking for some help. Couple of guards at the bottom of the same man's death stick, throwing lots for his garments. That's some bad guards. These are ancient history stories. Bad guards, good guards. So a guard killed someone, and it causes nationwide protests. And when I say nationwide, multiple cities across multiple states protesting, National Guard called in. Shit's getting real up the street for me up in Denver. The puppet master sitting back just going, let them sons of bitches do what they always do. This is what we always do. This is nothing new. It's not even new in my lifetime. That's what's funny. Protest, burn some shit, take everyone's attention off COVID-19. Let's move along. What can we blow up next? Did I tell you about that big ass fish I caught? Ooh-wee. 22-inch rainbow trout caught on a damn spinner bait, like a bass bait. These fish, these rainbow trout at Spinny Mountain Reservoir, they are not like just regular rainbow trout that just come up and bloop out the river. They destroy. So fun. So fun to catch them. God, I love some fishing. This world is jacked. Hey, y'all know this ain't even over racism, right? This over a counterfeit $20 bill. Hey, ancient story. Money is the root of all evil. This is over. Counterfeit coin, baby. You don't think they used to hang people in the streets for counterfeiting the king's coin? We crush men's necks with our knees these days. This is nothing new, folks. Supposedly, over a counterfeit $20 bill, we crush a man for counterfeiting the king's coin. This isn't a new story. This one's already been written, folks. It's already out there. All you got to do is go read history. Every society. Why the hell do you think we're here? Civil disobedience. They had this thing called the Tea Party. Jesus flipped over chairs in the tomb, or the tables in the tomb, when he wanted to protest. Destroy some shit, burn some buildings. It's not new. It's not new news. It's old news. We've already played this game. It's pathetic. It's pathetic that cops can kill and they just get fired. Imagine that, working a job where you can kill someone and all you do is get fired. That's the world we live in, folks. It's not pretend. It happens. It's not new. It's just because we can tell each other about it now. We hear about every cop killing because they happen daily. And we got the internet. So what are we going to do with it? We just going to burn society like they did before? I mean, shit, y'all should really storm the gates if you want to make a difference. They're going to call me for inciting riot. Don't storm the gates. It's a bad idea. I'll tell you how it ends. They got bigger guns than you. People think they're so safe in America because they got guns. They told you to stay in your house. And they could have said, stay in your house and put your guns on the porch, and 90% of the world, America, would have done it. You know why? Because their next directive would have been, oh yeah, we know you have the gun, we can see it. And if we see gun, we'll just send in our drone bomb. It will surgically strike you. We gun? Oh, yeah, we let you keep those relics. We let you keep those things in your house so that you felt safe. Oh, you have a gun with a lot of ammo? Oh, we have a small drone for you. It will come while you're sleeping. You guys think I'm playing? Dude, I know some scary folks. And some of those scary folks know some scary and people been telling me my whole life. Y'all think people just started telling dad with the phone stuff? People been telling me stuff my whole life. You think the government's scared because you got 300,000 rounds of AR ammo? That's fun for them. You'll be the fun one. The dude down in South New Mexico sitting in a cubby hole playing a video game, he's going to get an extra level out of you. FBI, CIA, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Epstein, all you guys, I am for entertainment only. Please don't put a hit on me. I'm just going to go fishing tomorrow. I promise. I promise I'm just going fishing tomorrow. Don't get me with your drone. All right. I'm going fishing tomorrow. If you're going to get me like you did the president in that last movie with the drones while he was on his fishing boat. Hillary, if you're going to kill me while I'm on my fishing boat. Nobody will ever just I've flooded my boat a couple of times. Just flood my boat, let me die on the fishing boat, and I'll see you in the afterlife. Maybe that'll keep me on the internet, maybe it won't. I'm just kidding. This is all jokes. If you're listening right now, none of this is serious. I'm drinking a cream soda and I'm coming off a 2-day lake trip, coming back to Denver's on fire. You know, National Guard's called in, 8 o'clock curfew. I left. Everybody was worried about dying from a virus. Today, everybody's worried about some riots. Shit, same story, different day. You know what I'm saying? This is the world we live in, 2020. The puppet master is at work. You know, most of you guys, I don't even know. I have no idea what you think. I don't have a concept. You guys have a lot of big concepts and you come to conclusions about how I think because I'm the one giving you that, right? I get a couple of texts or a message from you. I have no idea how you think. And so some of you are going to be furious about this little live and think that this is mockery. It's not mockery. This is real shit happening. I'm just trying to tell you, I've already read this story, right? And so that's all I'm trying to say. I've already seen this one. I already saw this chapter. It's like seeing a show for the second time, right? I know you're living it for the first time. I've already read the story. So now you want answers, right? Now you want to know what's next. Well, if you haven't been listening, go do your fishing. While the rest of the world burns itself, go do what you love. Take yourself out of it, right? The cool thing about this story, you can take yourself out of it. Here's what you do. Start with mine, right? Start with my post. Start blocking every post you see about the riots and the protest. Start with dad with the phone. Start blocking every post that you see. Start reporting it to Facebook, right? Take control of your own world, your own social media world. Go fishing in the real world. And when I say go fishing, I don't mean go fishing. I mean go do what the you love to do. If you don't have anything you love to do, then rethink your life. Because whatever this is, it's a gift. And tomorrow it may not be here. For some of you, you don't even think tomorrow's going to come. You're living in downtown Denver, freaking the fuck out. Better huddle up in your bed. Better pray tomorrow comes. You better make some decisions to take control of it. Go find something worth living for. Or you can go find something worth dying for. That's what that famous little quote is, right? Because, see, I don't know. I think this is a perfect opportunity. Like, if the world was gonna, if the nation was gonna riot in masses, I'm like, there's a bunch of people at home. So, all those people, if they wanted to mobilize right now and actually protest, they could probably be the largest mass protest in the nation's history, because there's just a lot of people that are still at home working from home, have to do, they're all at home. So if you could mobilize the nation into a large protest, hey, COVID-19 may have set the stage for that. Because I was actually trying to figure out, how the hell did all this happen in 24 hours? I leave one day, I come back the next, and they're having protests in Denver, Colorado Springs. Shit went down. You know, that's real close to home. So I look at this and I just go, how did that happen so quickly? Oh, the damn puppet master is at work. Some brilliant shit. We control the world. We can put you in your homes, or we can put you in the streets. It's brilliant. And when I'm saying puppet master, get off government conspiracies, I promise you, I am not speaking of any government person. That's too small for me. It's brilliant. I wish I could tell you 2020 would get better. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're in for it. I think could be a good one. This is gonna be a run, kids. Like, this is gonna be a run. When I say it's gonna be a run, buckle up for safety. Yeah, you better buckle up. The puppet master ain't gonna slow down, by the way. Oh, no, no. Ultimate goal: kill, steal, and destroy everything. Fuck the world. Fuck the people in the world. Let them burn each other. Black, white, yellow, green, blue. I don't give a damn. Burn them all. You know why I'm not worried about it? Because it's all around us. The good. The best. As vile and evil as I've described the puppet master, the incredible and unmatched opposite exist around you all. Yeah, it's not something you die to, by the way. Like, some people call it heaven, eternity, forever, bliss, whatever, nirvana. I don't know, the other life, the light. It's not something you die to. It's already around you. That's why some people say things like, I'm living hell on earth, because they are engulfed in that other shit. Did I mention that this morning I was at one gold medal lake in the high mountains of Colorado? Look it up, Spinny Mountain Reservoir. YouTube that shit. There's more people catching big fish at Spinny Mountain Reservoir, and that shit's 30 minutes from my house. Oh, by the way, I ended the day at 11 Mile Reservoir where I did a couple of laps and caught some fish. I could do that every day for the rest of eternity, and I would be in heaven. There's a couple other secrets to life, but I probably let y'all in on too much today. So maybe one other day we'll talk about secrets to life. But hey, you can face life however you want. You can go riot, hold up your flag, your red color, your blue color. You can yell Donald Trump or Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden. I don't give a fuck who you vote for. You can be upset at the guy who counterfeited the 20. You can be upset at the cop who crushed his head, his neck, whatever. You can be upset at the protester who burned the bank or whatever they burned, Verizon, whatever they burned. You can be happy with the peaceful protesters. But just remember, this story's already been written. It really has. It's happened time and time and time and time again. But the only story that hasn't happened is your tomorrow. So you get to go out and choose what happens. Or do you?